Hey, could you turn the camera on?
It's already on, idiot.
Well guys, today's video is actually pretty short, pretty sweet, pretty simple. That's because we're doing a Hammershot mod. This is actually a perfect example of how my workflow brain works. When I make a mistake, I don't like to scrap projects, I will finish them anyway. And sometimes I decide that the new thing that I'm doing is so exciting that it's worth just going all out on the project. And in this case, we had the stars align and a new part showed up to test. So what I did is I figured out that the Hammershot can in fact come out into 3 pieces, and I'll show you in detail how that works when I make the actual project for this. Suffice to say, for right now, I have separated the Hammershot into its constituent pieces, and I did not have to boil water to do it. So that's pretty cool. What we're going to do today is test that and this to find out A, how it looks when the pieces are reassembled and they're all contrasting colors. I decided on going with green and silver just because I thought that would contrast nicely with the orange of the barrel and the parts that we are using. So this is the Hammershot 03 snub kit from the same person that made the Hammershot 2 kit. This is actually a special edition of the Hammershot 2 kit up there, and I'll talk more about that later too, because as you can tell from the work table of sorts, there are a ton of projects going on right now. Let's get right into it. So before we do anything else, we will assemble the Hammershot. Now, it doesn't make sense to make a Hammershot and not change the spring out, so I figured we would go ahead and we would scrap Kobe this spring and then throw in a 8 kilogram or a 2x stock spring from Orange Mod Works, and that's exactly what this is. So narrow side up top, this will thread right on like that, and then you just kind of push it down, seat it, make sure it's rotated into place. Now we have to reassemble the shell itself. So we'll start with the side that takes internals. So first things first, this piece is going to snap inside this piece. There are 2 pegs here and here that it'll lock into. That's actually really handsome. That makes me sad that I drilled this hole accidentally. Oh well. And this, slide on here. No muss, no fuss, no problems. That's hot. That looks good. Alright, so rail attachment piece goes in. Orange front piece goes in. This is a whole lot easier to do in one section put together, so we're going to go ahead and throw this and this together. That whole bit will seat in like so. Looks like that's going to work great. Screws in. Find the small ones. So, I've actually left this screw out specifically because the snub variety kit has a screw port down here which will sink into that screw port itself. So, moment of truth, we'll see if this fits. Did not clear coat this paint job, so it might damage it. And I forgot that you have to shave these out on the rail. Alright, now for the moment of truth. So this is my most faithful Hammershot and my favorite style Hammershot holster. This is from Apex Weapon Systems. It's a hot holster and it's pretty fairly priced at about $15, $20. So, will this holster? No. And I'd rather learn that lesson this way. I do have lots of other Hammershot holsters, some of which might be able to accommodate the extra rail attachment, but that just goes to show you how incredibly bespoke the Argonaut is that it will not accommodate this kit and fit in this holster. So, this is pretty sweet. This is also pretty sweet. I will be selling this on my eBay page. Not because I don't like it, but because I don't need it. It was a prototype with a small mistake, so if this one hole doesn't bother you, then this is a full Hammershot 03 snub kit, silver and green Hammershot mod, complete with modification for extra performance. Let's go ahead and see how that feels. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This has been a fun, custom, quick build of something that could have been a mistake, but instead turned out to be something pretty cool. So I hope you guys liked it, and if you do want to purchase it, that eBay link will be down in the description box below.